got 84 guys here. Everybody's checked in on time, ready for a 5 o'clock dinner. They looked hungry to me. 7:30 meeting, and we'll kind of lay out what we have in store here. This is a procedural meeting that we have tonight and have every year, and just kind of take them through the do's and don'ts and where they're going, that type of thing. I think heat obviously is going to be an issue. Heat's probably the story today, and you have to be mindful. All coaches want to condition in the heat. They want their guys to condition in the heat. As I mentioned to you, I thought we did a good job of getting schooled up on how to climatize, and really tomorrow our conditioning test kind of gives us a pretty good indicator of where guys are. You certainly have to factor in the heat for the big guys as they run the conditioning test, but it gives you a pretty good barometer of exactly where you are at that area, and who needs work and who doesn't. They'll all probably struggle a little bit with this heat because when we did this test in the springtime, obviously this was not a factor. Questions?
All coaches do their conditioning test differently. What's the kind that you do?
Just basically the one that we did in the springtime with, I forget how many yards it is, but it taxes your cardiovascular system pretty good, and you really can't hide. A mile run, somebody could probably fool you through it, but the way this thing is set up, it gives you a pretty good idea of are they ready to play football.
What time of day do you do it?
Excuse me?
What time of day is it?
Early. I'd do it before the sun came up if we could, but
These tough to get matched.
yeah, we'll do it early in the morning because tomorrow's a full day of meetings to get ready for the afternoon practice and then meeting in the night. So it's tomorrow night. It's a chock full day. They sleep good tomorrow night.
Are you already planning any heat-related adjustments to practice Tuesday, Wednesday, or that? Or?
Well, there's a couple adjustments that we've already made, Kevin, and Shug was on one of the first staffs to use the heat sensors in the NFL at Philadelphia. We did that years ago. You see this cup over here that they dump ice into. That's great after practice, and obviously if you had to cool somebody down in a hurry, you can do that, but it's great for circulation. Put small refrigerators in all the rooms. They're all packed with Gatorade, with water. The message is hydrate, just like my message to you guys was hydrate. They're doing that type of thing. We test specific gravities of urine in the morning. They have cups outside the room. It's not a drug test, but basically they bring their urine to the training room. We stick a litmus paper in it. We can see exactly if they're a candidate to be dehydrated. It's interesting to take these guys through this drill. Probably there were times when 10 out of 10 of the guys were at risk, and that's after sleeping all night long, hydrating, eating. So we really feel like we're on the pulse of that, and then particularly those skinny guys with very low body fat. They tend to cramp in a hurry and lose that water in a hurry. So we're mindful of it, and we feel like we've got some checks and balances in place, and the coaches are mindful of it as well. Heat sensors, yeah. That's what I was referring to.
Brad, just big picture as camp opens, it seems like almost all the questions to the players today and everything were just football related. Doesn't seem to be a lot of holdouts or other distractions that have plagued certain this team and other teams all over the place. What's it like to, I guess, just to be able to concentrate on that at least from the start?
Well, it's what you like to do, and you talk about it all the time. You try to put your business to rest, take care of your last things at home, whether it's wife, family, business affairs. Try to put them in order so you can get about the business of A, coaching football, and B, making this football team in their case. And at best, it's hard to play football at the NFL level. It's almost impossible if you're distracted. And So those guys obviously showing up on time, and we'll see how distracted they are. All those other issues are out of the way right now.
Do you have any surprise injury issues that have popped up today?
No, everybody's able to perform right now based on the information I have. No.
Is distractions, when you come from a situation last year that was highly publicized at the beginning where there was a distraction, do you think in some ways that harmed that particular team that you were on, and how important is it to not have one? Obviously, since you haven't had one this year, is that overvalued at the beginning of the year? Or
well, I would just say it couldn't help. It couldn't help because, as I mentioned to you, it's hard to play when everybody's kind of pulling it the same way. So it couldn't have helped.
How do you feel the first couple days went? I know it's a lot of stressing decision. You talked a little bit about this.
Yeah, those guys I thought did a great job of embracing it as opposed to enduring it. It would have been easy to kind of slough through in the heat and say, well, we're really not playing football till the veterans got here. But I thought they did a good job of getting the jump on things mentally and physically and reconnecting with the tempo we're looking for and the technique we're looking for. So I thought they used those 5 practices well. It's always tough for those rookies and the guys that show up early. Just the fact that they're on their feet for 2 days and 5 practices, they're responsible for the same physical conditioning test tomorrow morning. So it's always interesting to watch.
Were you happy to see Troy Williamson out here early and
I was.
getting his work in?
I was, and I thought he took some steps with the individual coaching that he was able to get from Darryl Wyatt, and it's nice to be able to get it down to that small shot group.
Brad, you mentioned the other day about limiting Brad Johnson's reps maybe in training camp. Can you elaborate a little more on what the training camp plan for him is?
Yeah, and I think it'll end up unfolding as we go. It'll be something that we work in conjunction with him. We obviously want to be able to spread reps around and have different guys take a look at different situations. But by the same token, be mindful of not worrying about. And I think it'll unfold as we go. We talked about it, but as I mentioned to somebody here before, depending on the number of plays in the period, 25 plays, 15 plays, 10 plays, obviously we parcel those out differently. I can't give you an exact percentage per period.
If you guys would sign a kicker to take some kicks from the long well, just training camp kicker, or was that not part of what you normally do? Or?
You know, we talked about that, but you do that. You also do that at the risk of being low on another position. And we talked about that. Ryan's not particularly fond of that theory. I mean, it's not like you're going to kick him out.
Yeah.
He knows when enough's enough. And just like Clewey was taking a measured number of kicks here in the morning and Torque in the afternoon, you count those things and you don't overdo it. And I might tell you too, Don, we kind of have a pitch count on Brad Johnson. We always did that to make sure we know how many throws are getting out a day and see where he is from that standpoint.
So you just monitor long well's kicks then?
Yes, we do. Yes, we do.
You talk about your impressions of Matt Burke kind of coming in and what you kind of expect out of him.
Well, he appears to be back in good health, and he didn't have any ill effects in any of the OTAs or the mini camps. You get a center that kind of directs that whole offensive line. He makes the calls, he tells people what direction to go, so that veteran leadership is huge in there just in terms of the football smarts.
Vikings Training Camp 2006.